Hello, my fellow nerds out there. It's Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back to our fantastic Wonderland. In the last part, we met up with three. I can't speak today. In the last part, we met up with three more companions: Genzou, Orlum, and Gent. Apparently, that all of them are playing some sort of D&D game. The dev actually confirmed that in the comments last part. So, anyways, we're gonna be continuing the story from where we left off. Will their combined forces prove enough to deliver its safety or restore its light? The answer lies shrouded in mystery. I just got home from a couple of appointments. One of them, the chiropractor again. Honestly, chiropractor is a really good guy, really great guy. Highly recommend him. The companions walk and walk. And walk and walk. For the sacred altar is very far. Days pass. Weeks pass. Months pass. Okay, this is starting to feel a bit ridiculous. It can't possibly be that far. And why was one of those scenes in the middle of the fucking ocean? This is starting to be a bit excessive. And glaringly convenient, too. You don't even have to come up with narration for all these many moons of travel. You guys got beef with how my award-winning author husband is writing the story? Award-winning? What award did he win? My heart, of course. Okay, that's just sweet. Everyone's gotta be a critic. Here, I thought I was doing all of you a favor by skipping over the boring parts. Well, maybe they wouldn't be boring if you'd actually made them interesting. For once, I agree with the freckle nuts over here. You try writing a complete story in less than a month. I think you're doing great, babe. Aw, I love how Bucks is being so supportive of him. That's so nice. Maybe you can just have us run into the next obstacle. That usually provides an opportunity for character-driven conflict. Fine. You run into the next obstacle. Jeez. It's a giant eye. I don't know. I don't even fucking care. I wonder what the giant eye is from. I just hear the sound effects just... Whoa! The group suddenly runs into a new obstacle. It's a giant eye, sitting right in the middle of the bridge they need to cross. No one knows how it got there. It's just there. The four of them stare at the eye in wonderment. What are we looking at, folks? Oh, right. Genzou can't see. I can practically hear the collective dick shriveling taking place in your pants right now. It's a giant eyeball. Concerning? Can we avoid it? Considering its girth is currently occupying the full width of the bridge, I would say no. Yeah, figured as much, but thought I'd ask. The prince puffs up his chest and takes an only slightly hesitant step forward. You, there, creature. I know not your motive for blocking the path right now, but I must ask that you relocate yourself at once. We must cross this bridge on important business for the king. There's no response from the eye. I mean, it's a giant eye. It doesn't have a mouth. Or does it? I don't trust this one bit. The prince turns around in search for answers from his companions, but receives nothing in a series of shrugs. He then takes another step forward, only for a sudden rumble to overtake the bridge, sending the precarious planks into a flurry of undulating tremors. Ignatius' stomach flops in rapidly building nausea, and his feet, he can't keep his feet centered in the middle of the bridge. Already he can feel his balance starting to give. And he's tilting towards the edge. Jump towards Genzou or... Oh my god, we only have 3 choices. Oh, I'm guessing this is gonna matter, isn't it? I'm guessing this is gonna matter. Let's go Genzou first. I feel like that... I'm not sure if that would be the right choice, though. You know, jump towards Genzou. Willing what little remaining strength he can put into his wobbling legs, he aims himself at Genzou without thinking. He jumps. Holy fucking hell. Genzou takes a startled step backwards, but brings his arms up around it all the same. Ignatius latches himself onto the halving stocky frame until like a terrified snake, burying his face inside Genzou's neck. He doesn't open his eyes until the quaking finally begins to subside, and surfaces the bridge still beneath their feet. Genzou is silent, still. A bead of sweat dribbles down across his temple. He finally coughs. Gives Ignatius an encouraging squeeze. You okay there, Iggs? Ignatius takes a moment to recover, opening first one eye, then the next. Then realizing with a start where he is. He leaps back. Sorry, I lost my balance. It's fine. That was quite the rumble. Orlum slinks over this, curling an arm around Genzou's shoulder with a playful tug. Quite the rumble down below as well, I imagine. Get off me. He jerks away with a huff, though Ignatius doesn't miss the tinge of pink in his cheeks, which sends an uncomfortable flush through his own. He's not, however, given time to dwell on it. If you gentlemen are done messing around, we've got ourselves a new problem over here. All eyes turn back to the front. Oh! To where the giant pupil of the eye is rolled over to face them, and is now staring at them curiously. Ignatius feels a shiver curl up his spine. Fortunately, the prince once again takes the lead. He steps forward and clears his throat. If you are indeed sentient, then I ask that you heed our request and allow us passage. We have urgent business to complete on the other side of this bridge. Oh, it's actually moving that time. Oh, God. In our Wonderland, it just stares at you blankly, but in this one, it just moves. Oh, it's so freaky. The eye looks from the prince to Ignatius to Genzou, then Orlum in turn. It turns its massive watery pupil back to the prince. Answer me these questions 3, then passage I shall decree. It talks? I'm sorry, how is it talking exactly? Impressive. It's impressive given its lack of an oral cavity. You can't just say mouth like a normal person? The prince shushes them with a wave of his hand. Very well then, ask us your questions. Ooh! The pupil of the eye shudders and dilates. Then with a booming voice that sends planks beneath their feet trembling. In the function random number var base number 2. If you were to call a variable base number outside the function, what would be the output to the console? Wait, what? What the fuck kind of question is that, Hooner? Isn't it usually some kind of riddle or something? All I have is JavaScript for Dummies. The Dummies book, so sue me. I think it's a swell tactic. Riddles are so last decade. We are going to die. The prince pauses for a moment in confusion, then straightens. Smiles. Child's play. The answer is undefined. How did you... Correct. The prince glares at Ignatius, who for once is looking quite proud of himself. You think you're pretty smart then, do you? I may know a thing or two from time to time. Next question. We're using array.lang to vary list of pets, dog, cat, bird, sparrow. What would be the output of list of pets length? 4! Correct. Now it's Ignatius' turn to glare. The prince just smiles. Not so fast on the uptake, are you, cleric? I was distracted for a moment. A Typical excuse. Do you have any idea what the hell's going on? Not a clue. Good, glad it's just not just me. Next question. Ignatius and the prince both brace themselves. Which HTTP verb would a developer use to request an update for products detailed from a server? Put! Correct. The two of them grin at each other, eyes aflame with passion. Congratulations, I don't have any more questions. With another shudder, the eye rolls off the side of the bridge. It disappears into the water far, far, far below without so much as a splash. That was quite possibly the weirdest fucking thing I've ever experienced. I'm with Genzou on that one. The prince turns to Ignatius, lips still curled into a smile. I suppose you're not as incompetent as I originally make you out, poor cleric. My opinion of you has risen. Guess he don't need you anymore, huh? Ha! You're not half bad yourself. Ignatius is having a hard time containing his own grin. You're not half bad yourself. Maybe between the two of us we will be able to finish this thing. The prince laughs. Indeed, I do believe our chances have just increased. The two clasp hands for a moment in triumph and camaraderie. That could rival even the most famous of shonen anime. What are we then? The peanut gallery? We may have just been relegated to the role of comic relief. And so the four companions continue their journey. Through rain and shine, through water and muck, and on the horizon the spires of the sacred altar grow even nearer. Wonder how much farther we got until we reached the Holy Alta Vista, or whatever it's called. 1.5 miles. Damn, what the fuck? You have a built-in GPS or something? There's a sign. Ha! Okay. Don't I feel incredibly sheepish? We're almost there then. Finally, we'll be able to complete our quest. Or will you? With a collective gasp, the group turns to run to the new voice. Oh no, not these guys again! Not the rabbit guards again! Only to find themselves surrounded on all sides by towering 7-foot-tall rabbit soldiers. They draw their weapons. Now this is a surprise. Looks like Easter's come early this year. You won't allow us to pass if you allow us to pass if you know what's good for you, rabbits. The king has been watching you very closely on this so-called quest of yours. My father? Your father? The king? Don't make me laugh. I mean the real king. What are you talking about? What does it matter? You'll be dead soon anyway. Nab 'em, boys! The rabbits charge. They're quick as lightning. Giant furred masses move with accelerating speed. Ignatius can only watch as his companions begin to fight. He scoots back in an attempt to get out of the way. But they're everywhere. More and more of them joining the fray. To his left. Ooh! Ooh! Genzou is deflecting incoming spear attacks with well-placed arcs of his sword. To his front. Whoa! Orlem is leaping in and out of the incoming onslaught. Ooh! Okay. Landing jabs of his dagger on their necks and arms. And to his right. Gent is parrying two sets of spears while peppering their owners with joust of his saber. Clangs, clashes, and fleshy thwacks surround him on all sides, and he has a sidestep again and again whenever the flurry of weaponry goes too near. He can't even keep up with it. It's too much, and it's all happening too fast. Swirling chaos around him, with nothing he can do to help. A grunt to his left. Genzou gets hit first. Oh god! He can see a flash of red across the arm from his spear he hadn't managed to evade. Then a heavy thud. One of the rabbits had caught hold of Orlem's cloak and thrown him to the ground hard. Orlem leaps back to his feet, but it's clear he's hurting. A yelp of pain to his right. Now Genzou has taken a hit. 3 fresh claw marks have been gouged into the flesh of his cheeks. He needs to do something. He needs to help them. But who? It's all happening so fast. Oh god, who would I help? We had our moment with Genzou and Gent. Okay, so think of this as an RPG, right? I'd probably say help Orlum, because if we're really talking about D&D statistics, the warrior and a prince would have basically moderate health. Orlum would probably have the least amount of health, considering he's a thief. Because thieves sacrifice health and defense for attack power, and stealth and stuff like that. So I'm thinking helping Orlum is probably the best choice here. But we'll save and go back to this, see if anything changes. Anyways, help Orlum. He moves on instinct. Turning towards his left, his mind can talk himself out of it. Orlum! But Orlum is suddenly nowhere to be found. Ignatius looks around in confusion. The rabbits leap and scuffle around him. There's a thud on his front, and when he looks up, he sees a pair of yellow eyes staring straight back at him. Hi there. He takes a step backwards. The rabbit takes a step forwards, snarls, then charges. But just before the rabbit sends the point of his spear straight through his stomach, he's flying through the air. Orlum has him hooked in against him, and they're leaping and diving, slicing through the air. So fast it sends Ignatius' head spinning. Once they come to a stop, Orlum grabs Ignatius' shoulders with a hairy shake. What the hell are you thinking you're doing? Helping you! Help? Orlum brings his hands to his hair with a frustrated grimace. He doesn't have a chance to say anything further, because another rabbit is already lunging at them. Orlum grabs Ignatius by the wrist and takes another flying leap to the left. Then it's back to dodging spears and evading claws, ducking under boots. But Ignatius can tell that Orlum is getting tired. His sidesteps lack the vivacity that he's shown in the beginning of the fight, and they're not moving quite as fast. He's slowing him down. No sooner has the thought left his mind than Orlum must make a miscalculation. Because they go careening into the broad front plate of an especially large rabbit. There's a dull thud as they fall back to their asses in the dirt. Shit. Orlum wobbles to his feet as quickly as he can. Shit. But they're already completely surrounded. A wall of rabbits on all sides. They're moving in closer and closer. This way Ignatius notices it. A flicker around Orlum's frame. Like some sort of glitching veil. Whoa, he is glitching! And the Orlum he sees through it looks different from the Orlum in front of his face. His eyes are yellow-greenish, pupils red at their centers. What the? Could it be some kind of speed? Why don't we all just hold our fucking horses here, eh? A sound of voice booming across the entire clearing stops all of them in their tracks. A shadow from above. Oh, it leaps from the ground, causing the earth itself to quake upon impact. Hey, it's Bugs! Then the 6'2" woman rises to her full height. 6'2"? Jesus Christ, she's tall! A giant axe parched on her shoulder. Someone call for a Buxley sandwich? The cavalry has arrived. Time to turn the turntables. Turn the... Oh, whatever. It's skull cracking time. What? Nothing. I just never imagined you so homicidal. Are you sure you can handle all these rabbits, though? You wound me, friend. I'm not some floozy who ain't got the chops. Now let's get this party started. Rabbits gaze in surprise at the newcomer monopolizing the center of the clearing. One of them finally looks for the courage to charge at her. Ooh! Oh! Bugs takes the head clean off of the neck with one mighty swing of her axe. Damn! Everyone watches as it bounces on the ground in a fleshy lump. 1 second. 2. The rabbits quickly go into panic mode. Running this way and that, trying to scatter away. But Bugs isn't finished with them. With a giant guffaw that rattles their very bones, She rushes forward with it, leaving sinews of untapped furor of a stampeding ox. Jesus! She swings left. She swings right. Jesus Christ! At least she's not hitting us this time. Jeez. Uppercuts one right up the crotch. Oh God! Why? Then spins. Whoop! Oh, I can't take that animation seriously. What is that? My God. Severing spear tips and Jesus and limbs alike. In a veritable squall of swirling, whirling, iron-plated entropy. Bunnikins try, but they ain't got the spry. She turns towards another cluster, currently cowering in with their ears plastered into the tops of their head. More of them, eh? Good, I'm still hungry. Then she rushes forward again. Ooh! Acts like a mighty cleaver bringing down hell's judgment and unfortunate lapines. After about 10 of the rabbits and their various statements of dismemberment in the dirt, she finally slows, watching lackadaisically as the remaining few scuttle off in the distance. Chicken liver, the lot of them. No one else wants a taste of old Bucksay, I see. Dripping blood and guts and furry clumps on the ground, she wanders over to the group. You folks okay? Look like you just seen a ghost. The ghosts of Christmas past come to make me repent for my sins, maybe. You are incredibly capable, ma'am. Ha! That was just a warm-up. Gotta keep these guns in shape, you know. I shudder to think what you'd consider a true workout. Feeling all of a sudden somewhat courageous, and perhaps a bit terrified at the prospect of what could have happened, Ignatia steps forward, hands outstretched in supplication. We are on a quest to return the Jewel of Happiness to the sacred altar and restore its light. Your strength would prove invaluable in helping us reach our destination. Will you lend us your aid? Bugs looks at Ignatius, looks at the rest of the group, who all merely returned a look of furtively hopeful silence. Then smiles, laughs, the force of its since spatters of gory goo to the ground below with each heave. Sure, seems fun enough. You can count on old Bugsy here to keep your folks in one piece. I'll have your back like a bug crack. Wonderful. I will make sure my father rewards you handsomely. Wait a minute, reward? No way to say anything about a reward to me. Next to them, Orlum can only eye Bugs's bedecked biceps and growing appetence. Honestly, I like Bugs in this one. She's actually friendly for once. The finally complete quintet continues the remainder of the journey without issue. Their path takes them up the winding cliffside where a giant castle overlooks the plains. It's positively enormous and boasting towering walls, soaring spires, and thick bulwarks strong enough to fend off even the most heinous of onslaughts. This is the sacred altar? Indeed. What else were you expecting? I don't know, something not quite so imposing, I guess. Suddenly not sure if I'm here to return the Jewel of Happiness, or rescue a princess from her tower. Why not both? I've always been a big fan of multitasking. I just have to ask, what's your opinion on... Jesus Christ, dude. About what? And where? Don't worry, I could teach you. Orlum, I swear to God, if you do anything, I will frickin' eradicate you. Eradicate you. The group approaches the giant front door of a massive ziggurat. Ziggurat? I think it's a ziggurat. A strange apparatus is embedded in the wooden frame of the door. A good 10 or so rotating mechanisms make up its body. An assortment of unintelligible symbols decorate its front. There seems to be some kind of archaic lock. A puzzle of sorts? I barely even understand what I'm looking at, let alone how to open it. There must be a way. What happened to all the high-faultin nerds-bound brouhaha back on the bridge, huh? That's different. This looks literally impossible. Let me take a look. Bugs came stomping to the front. She takes one look at the lock, one look at the door, before promptly raising her axe and chopping the entire thing in half. The door shudders for a moment before collapsing in on itself in wooden cacophony. Wait a minute, you can't do that. Why not? Seems like the simplest way to me. You were supposed to come up with a carefully crafted solution that combines all 5 of your strengths in a brilliant feat of teamwork. Hooner, this is us we're talking about. Working together? Are you mad? That would force Genzou to not be an asshole, which I can't see happening anytime soon. Oh yeah, well, you'd have to stop acting like a sun-dried dick all the time. Oh, so witty. What exactly is a sun-dried dick, do pray tell? It's what I'm gonna do to your redacted with my redacted. Jesus Christ, dude. You freckled. Aw, they're getting so into their roles. I'm glad they're having so much fun. Fun? I'm with Iggy on this one. You don't get back to the impressive feat of strength I just performed on a wooden adversary over here. The 4 of them stare at Bug's handiwork in the synchronous gulps of barely restrained awe. Ignatius even pees a little. Well, what are you waiting for, huh? Let's break it into this holy hack job. Heaving her axe back up on the shoulders, Bug takes off in the newly opened doorway, breaking off further bits of wooden door frame on the top of her head. The others are quick to fall in line behind her, half tripping as they climb over the rubble into the darkness beyond. Ooh, this looks pretty cool. Once inside, they find themselves in a large hall. Tall pillars of marble line the walls, and plummeting tapestries hang from the golden ceiling like carpets descended from heaven. Ignatius takes a step out of the grand expanse of the foyer, looks around. Hello? His voice echoes off the domed ceiling. There's no response. No one home, perhaps. What would you expect? Some kind of holy guardian you have to give a good ass pounding? Sounds risque. I don't really know. I guess... Ignatius pulls out the jewel of happiness from his robes, gazing down on its dull, lifeless surface. But what do I do with this thing? It doesn't exactly come with instructions. He begins scrutinizing its surface, looking through it for an answer. I was kind of hoping it'd just light up or something when we arrived. Mayhap the answer lies deeper within. Yeah, this place is honking huge. Gotta give our peepers take a little look-see, I guess. Ignatius takes one last look at the jewel, then nods and slips it back into his robe. You're right. Let's look around. Their verve restored, they set off once more into the darkness of the castle. It's quiet around them. Deathly quiet. Their steps echoing out across the marble halls. From one hallway to the next, they walk, each one longer than the next, but each one completely empty. Nothing but long, still corridors that seemed to lead into darkened obscurity. Well, gonna be able to find our way back? This is getting awfully maze-like. Ignatius turns to look back at the way they come. It's as equally dark as the way ahead. He can't remember the turns they'd made, but they don't really have much choice at this point. They have to keep pressing forward. Come on, I'm sure we'll find something soon. And it's back to shouldering onward. The air is different now, colder, heavier, weighing down on them from all sides. He can feel it in his bones, a deep-seated kind of chill that sends his stomach into anxiety-ridden knots. And he can feel his fingers trembling to the point that he needs to curl them into the folds of his robe. Oh? The lights flicker. A shutter on, off, on, off. Ignatius stops in his tracks, waits a moment. Then when they seem stabilized again, looks back. He blinks, wondering at first if he's just seeing things, then shakes his head. No, someone's missing. Oh, Orlum's gone. Where's Orlum? The rest of the group turns around to look. But the redhead in question is nowhere in sight. He's gone. Too bad, so sad. Let's keep moving. He was here just a moment ago. Ignatius brings his shaky hand to his hair. The chills are ramping up now, up and across his arms like tingly firecrackers. He couldn't just have a glance in front, a glance in the back. The hallway's completely clear on both sides. The fucker probably went off to go shellac his canoe somewhere. He has a canoe? I like how Bucks is just a clueless one. Hey, I'm not even gonna touch that. I guess we keep going then. Again? No, it's flickering again. Oh god, where's Bucks? Heart twisting, he twirls around searching. Bucks! Bucks is gone! Oh well, there goes their only party member worth a damn. This is admittedly starting to become somewhat alarming. Ignatius gulps. His heart is really starting to pick up now. If this keeps up, but no. He shakes his head. They need to keep moving. Everything will be fine. There it is again. The next time the lights flicker, he spins on his heels, refusing to let another one disappear in front of his eyes. But he's already too late. By the time he's facing backwards, Genzou is only one standing behind him. Genzou cocks his head curiously. What? You're the only one left. Genzou makes a show as though looking around, then scratches his head. Concerning. You're telling me? Maybe they've all been invited to some secret party. Don't be too sad at not being invited, Eggs. You get used to this after a while. This isn't the time to be making jokes. There's another flicker. Oh, is Genzou going to disappear? Followed by another, and then the lights go out for good. Ignatius gives a little whine of terror and steps back until he hits the wall. What happened now? The lights went out. Huh. It's quiet for a moment. Quiet save for the rapid beating of Ignatius' heart. It echoes up inside of his head with a dull drum. Then he feels his hand on his His gentleness seeks us out. Gloved fingers slipping between his and tugging him forward. Come on. If he weren't scared out of his wits, he might have noticed the flush rising to his cheeks. But he doesn't. Instead, he simply curls his fingers tight between Genzou's. Lets himself be pulled away from the wall. Stay close, yeah? Okay. And then they're moving forward again. Just the two of them down the corridor of the endless darkness. Around them, the walls seem to undulate with invisible waves. A tangible sense of isolation closing in on them. But Ignatius keeps his thoughts focused on Genzou's hand. On the occasional squeeze of encouragement it gives him. A beacon of light even in the thick current of shadow, threatening to strangle them. Things will be fine. They'll be fine. So long as Genzou is here. They're with him. That's right. Genzou is always there for him, isn't he? He always has been. This thought curls around him like a warm blanket, calming the rapid beating of his heart. He's just beginning to regain some of his composure when he realizes Genzou's hand is gone. He stops, reaches forward, swings his arms out in increasingly panicked flourishes, but Genzou is simply gone. Genzou? There's no response, and already Ignatius can feel himself start to curl in on himself. He's alone. He's so fucking alone. The darkness closing in on him. Okay, I've had about enough of this. Where did you guys go? Can we finish this scene up already? Oh, they're actually gone! Oh, they're all actually gone! Oh no! Oh god, what's going on? I'm assuming this doesn't happen in a normal D&D session. Guys? Guys, what the fuck? Genzou? That's when the floor opens up beneath him. He doesn't know how long he falls. It's dark all around him, like he's falling through nothingness. Gaping dark abysses surrounding him on all sides. There's something oddly familiar about it. Wait, don't tell me. The wind whipping around him. The silence forming a dull buzz in his ears. But how? How could it be familiar? How could any of this be familiar? And the thought makes his stomach twist. What's going on? He doesn't even know anymore. He's lost. Lost in something much bigger than himself, with no way to stop it. And just as he's beginning to wonder if he'll simply keep falling forever, the ground rises up beneath him like a steam engine to the gut. Voices. That's the first thing he comprehends. There's voices around him. Clanky iron footsteps. But dark. Still dark. He can't see anything. And his head is ringing like it's been bashed in the ears of the world's largest gong. He groans, tries to push himself up, only to be immediately grabbed from behind, just as the strong hands grip him from beneath his pits and pull him to his feet. What the hell? He tries to pull away, but the fingers digging into his skin are like iron rods. Then they're moving, marching, forward, held just high enough that he can't quite touch the ground, his toes scraping the floor. And as they walk, he begins to hear it. Stomps, synchronous, crisp, thundering, and chants. I didn't even click auto. Entire growing louder and louder. The ground trembles beneath them. Louder. He can feel it. I'm not even pressing anything. It's going by itself. Vibrating up through his spine, a panic tremolo stirring in his heart. The world opens up all around him, taking his breath away. Whoa! It's some kind of vast underground hall, everything red, hot, glowing. Lava cascades down from the awe-inspiring high ceilings in the gleam of brilliant gold. flames bubble up like a dragon's breath and puffs that wrap the air around him. And the crowd, the army, immeasurable in their amount and lined up on either side of the path in front of him. Tens of thousands of rabbit soldiers, and all of them stomping, chanting, pounding their spears against the hard-packed earth. Jerry! 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 Ignatius swallows hard as his captors begin dragging him down the aisle. The sound is deafening. Whoa. The chanting so loud and so zealous, it makes his very bones tremble, his heart thrum. Jerry! 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 Back and forth as he watches the pervert soldiers in their frenzied exultation. Dragged further and further along. The air scorching his lungs. He can see the gathered up ahead, past the ranks of soldiers. More rabbits, holding small figures between them. His companions. He squeezes his eyes shut, the world starting to spin around him. Jerry! 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 Closer and closer. Whoa. Until the throne comes into view past the gathering. Its gold gilding glinting in the incandescent light of the flames. Jerry! 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 Feels dizzy. The heat curling up inside of him as echoing chants continue to assault his ears. They finally make it to the end. And his captors dragged him in line with the rest of his companions. They all turn to look at him, faces a mixture of indigestion and apprehension. All of them forced on their knees and their arms cocked out like chicken wings. Ignatius returns the look with a gulp of uncertainty. When all of a sudden, the chants come to an abrupt stop. The entire army goes down on one knee in a synchronous series of iron clangs. Silence. Then, footsteps. Behind them, heavy and echoing as they approach. My dear friends. Wait. Going by process of elimination, we see Iggy, Genzou, Bucks, Orlum, and Gidget, always known as Gent in this one. I think we know who's coming next. My dear friends. Wait, what? Oh, I thought it was... Really? Really? Wait, I thought it was gonna be Hooner. The heck? So kind of you to finally join me. Century 284? Wait. What? The rabbit in question doesn't move for a moment. Then his ears rocket skyward, body stiffening like a rod. I told you to call me Jerry! Jesus Christ, dude. The bark makes Ignatius flinch. Orlum, however, just grins. You really expect me to stoop to that level? You rabbits are nothing but expendable pawns. Who needs names when your only purpose is to serve for the king? Jerry twitches. Then stomps over. He grabs Orlum by the base of his rat tail and yanks him up into the air. The king? The king, you say? Jerry marches over to the side of the platform overlooking a simmering pool of lava below. Seems to me I'm the king now. Oh shit. He thrusts Orlum over the edge with an enraged huff. Or are you as typhlotic as you are conceited? Orlum's face twists in pain as his legs kick uselessly beneath him. Jerry, stop! Jerry blinks, turns back, looks at Ignatius, smiles. Yes, I am forgetting myself, aren't I? He throws Orlum to the ground with a wince-inducing thud. Orlum goes rolling. Then he tries to push himself back to his feet. Jerry brings his foot down on his back, slamming him back to the ground. I have more important matters to attend to than this. Dethroned rat. He kicks him off to the side where he's snatched up by a duo of guards. Jerry wanders towards Ignatius, his hand to chin in apparent wonderment. Very important matters indeed. You'll unhand us at once, or you'll have my father to answer to. Your father? Your father? Jerry's ears curl in amusement, his eyes flashing. Then he's laughing. High-pitched squeaks that bite at their hearts and eardrums like knives. Haven't you figured it out yet? None of this is real. This noble little quest of yours is nothing more than a carefully laid trap. And you fell for it. You all fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Genzou responds to a snap of his teeth that sends Jerry back with a little laugh. What do you mean? Jerry shakes his head in sardonic pity. Why, this jewel, silly. He cups Ignatius' cheeks in his hands, tut-tutting beneath his breath. I need to destroy that naughty piece of gravel in order to keep my glorious new kingdom intact. Now he's molding and mashing Ignatius' face between his palms. We wouldn't want you to use that thing to wish all of this away from me now, would we? Get your fucking hands off him! Down, boy! Jerry sighs and flicks Genzou's forehead, who reels back with a growl. No, I've made far too much progress for that. I can't go back to that. And that caitiff I was before. No more go clean up the stalls, 284. No more stop dawdling at the back of the line, 284. Or report to my chambers, 284. Now I'm the one making the wishes. I'm the one making the rules. I'm the one turning this kingdom into a paradise for all of rabbit kind. Oh, wait, so is this like if our Wonderland had like a twist where like a rabbit kills Orlum and takes over? Interesting. This is Jerry's Wonderland now. The rabbit's gone and lost his goddamn mind. As have most of the people reading this by now, I'm sure. We're laying cracks at the fourth wall. You still think this is a game? Some kind of a visual novel you can read and peruse at your own leisure? Wait, are they talking to me? Are you talking to me? You actual morons. This is your new reality now. Or haven't you figured that out yet? As soon as I destroy that yellow potato, things will never go back to normal. Normal. Normal for you. But hell for us rabbits. But now, I get to make your life hell. Why do I feel like I've heard that line before? Search me. I'll never give you the jewel. Jerry stops. Smiles. Look at you being all brave. Oh, sorry, kid, but there ain't much you can do at this point. He snaps his fingers at the guards. Turn him over. Whoa! Ignatius quickly turns upside down as the nearest guard grabs him by the ankle. Then he's hanging uselessly in the air, his robe fluttering around him. One shake. Two. Then the jewel of happiness falls to the ground with a dull thud. The guard drops him back to his feet. Jerry smiles and walks towards it, but Ignatius moves before he can stop his head from spinning. He darts towards the jewel, hands outstretched, only for the nearest guard to sideswipe him with his spear. He goes tumbling to the ground. At first he can't seem to breathe. There's pressure overtaking his chest. He realizes with a start that the impact must have cracked some of his ribs. Pain. He brings his hands to his chest with a wince. Pain so intense it takes his brain a second to catch up with it. He coughs, sending red spatters to the floor. Then looks up to see his companion just staring at him with shock. No, he can't. He wobbles back to his feet. I won't let you have it! He starts with a jewel, this time attacked from behind, slamming his chin to the floor. He groans, head spinning. Lightning like tendrils of pain are shooting up and down his spine. And he feels something chalky in his mouth. Oh no. He spits out 2, 3, 4 cracked bits of tooth. Ugh. No. But still he wobbles to his feet. He has to restore happiness to the world. He stumbles towards the jewel, body trembling. The spirit goes for his shins. There's a crack as the bone breaks. Fuck. The pain is all over now, pulsing in and out, setting his brain on fire. He gazes up at his companions. That's right. He has to make them happy. All of them. His friends. He starts crawling towards the jewel. He can see it there, just out of reach, lying on the ground. The key to their happiness. It's all up to him. Closer. He's wheezing now. Horrible, dirty breaths that claw his lungs. Closer. Cold chill runs up and down his spine. His arms, his legs, and his robe feels unbearably heavy. So heavy it's as though it's pushing him straight into the ground. Closer. He reaches his hand out. Trembling fingers seeking out the jewel. He has to. Jerry's foot comes out in his hand. The pain is immediate. Shooting up through his hand, his arm, his shoulder. Sending a panic gasp out between his lips. He can't move. His body goes completely rigid. Muscles not responding. Brain on overdrive. Jerry simply watches him, tisking as he shakes his head. Look at you, so stubborn. He grinds his foot hard into Ignatius' hands, bone crunching between his heel. But it's too late. Everything is already in play. You're not the star of the show anymore. He leans down, fingers gripping the back of Ignatius' head, retching it upwards. Don't look so sad, though. I won't kill you. I need you alive. Killing you would only reset the cycle, you see. But that doesn't mean I won't make the rest of your life a living nightmare. He glances up, smirks. And it doesn't mean I have to keep them alive either. And I did say a little throat slitting was okay, didn't I? No, you didn't say that. Orlum did. He snaps his fingers. Oh god, don't you dare. The guards holding his companions promptly run their knives across each of their throats. Oh no! Ignatius' eyes nearly bug out of their sockets. He can only watch as their bodies slump to the floor. You... His eyes fill with tears, lips blubbering uselessly. Jerry sighs and lets Ignatius' head fall back to the ground with a thud. Then swipes up the jewel and pushes himself back to his feet. Me? What? If you're not going to speak clearly with me, this relationship is going to be such a chore. But don't worry, we'll have a long, long time to get to know each other better. He walks back towards the throne with a snicker, tossing the jewel up and down with each step. Ignatius pulls his hand towards his chest, body curling in on itself. He couldn't do it. Couldn't save them. Couldn't make them happy. Tears leak down his cheeks and pool in his ears. He can't do it. Anything. Happy. What would make him happy? All this time he's been focused on them. But what about him? Shouldn't he deserve happiness too? He closes his eyes. Yes, that's right. What does he want? What would make him happy? Wait, aren't these the same questions that was asked to Iggy during our Wonderland? These are the same questions. At that moment, he feels a warmth inside his chest. The tiniest warmth, glowing up and out of his heart, warding off the chill and the shakes, filling him from the inside out. Yes, that person makes him happy. If only he could have told them. At that moment, the jewel in Jerry's hand begins to glow. It starts to dim glimmer, then grows and grows, blossoming into a brilliant amber gleam. Jerry stops with a start. What the? There's a brilliant flash, then beams of light that begin shooting from the jewel, one after another. Whoa! They extend all the way through the hall and past the hall, and across the plains into the sky. More and more and more, until the jewel grows so bright and hot that Jerry can't hold it anymore. With a yelp, he steps back as it rises into the air, still spewing more and more light. There's a rumble. Then the world begins to shake around them. Bits of ceiling falling to the ground into the lava. The platform starts undulating beneath their feet, heaving precariously back and forth. Behind them, an army of rabbits flies into a panic. They run left and right, shouting and screaming in their attempt to escape the hall. But through the din, another noise emerges. A sword. It slices through the air, clanging against the armor and spear, carving through flesh and fur. And from roiling raven din, Genzou appears. Hey, let's go! He ascends the stairs to the throne. Stands over Ignatius, hilt in his sword, tightening his grip. Wait, his eyes are back! You stay back! Stay back, I said! Genzou says nothing for a moment, then drops his sword to the ground with a clatter. No point in killing a fucker like you anyway. He kneels down and feels for Ignatius' form and lugs him up on his arms. You okay, Iggs? Ignatius presses his face to Genzou's chest and nods. Then let's see if we can't blow this fucking popsicle stand, eh? He shoots Jerry a little wave, then turns on his heels and runs. Down through the din and chaos of smoke they run. Through the still panicking rabbits flying left and right. Through the falling rubble and leaping flames. Back across the bridge, and it begins to twist and turn and buckle. They reach the end, and the giant piece of the ceiling breaks off. It takes out a hunk of the ground in front of them. It leaves a gaping hole in its wake, flames licking up the cracked edges. Fuck! There's nowhere to go. Already the rest of the platform is crumbling around them. And the gap is 5, 10, 20 times too far to leap. Fuck. He turns around, but the tremors underfoot are enough that even he can tell the bridge from behind is gone. Gray heaving chunks of it tumble off and join the molten pot below. They are left stranded on a precariously balanced island in the middle. Fuck. Despite everything, though, Ignatius is calm. Gen! What? It's okay. Remember what Jerry said? If I die, everything gets reset. Like hell I'm letting that happen. There's nothing we can do. The world itself is collapsing. As if on cue, 2 more giant chunks of their platform break off. Their little platform is getting smaller and smaller. I'm just so glad I could be here with you at the end of all things. This ain't Lord of the Rings, eggs. Ignatius simply laughs. I just wanted to tell you before everything resets, and we forget all this ever happened, that you make me happy again. Really happy. Ignatius kisses the halfling's cheek. My boy! Genzou's face goes bright red. Really? Ignatius just nods. Fuck. What is it? Just trying to psych myself up. Because god damn it, if I still can't do it even now, then I really am the most hopeless fucker in the world. Psych yourself up for what? But rather than answering him in words, Genzou answers by pulling him close and pressing their lips together. At that moment, the platform beneath them, my boys! Gives. Falling. They're falling. Clutching at each other. Clutching at each other, twisting and turning. The air whips around them, embers pricking at their skin, but the focus is only on each other, holding themselves so close they can't even breathe. It's coming. Ignatius closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. Then Whoa! Yo! This is crazy. Wait, that's it? Oh, you're kidding me. Carrot! You're for real right now? Okay, honestly, that was amazing. That was actually amazing. I love that. I hope the song isn't copyrighted. But my god, that was insane. That was crazy. I've never played a more amazing story than that. Wow. That was probably one of the coolest little short side stories I've ever done. I really love this. This is probably one. Okay, honestly, and aside from the story itself, the designs of each of the characters were so cool. Like I love how they went back to Gidget having short hair. I like the fact that Iggy was dressed like the white mage from Final Fantasy. And I really like how all their personalities just shine through their characters. It was so cool. This is probably one of the coolest games I've ever played. But yeah. Wow, I kind of want to just stick through the credits. I want to see if there was anything after the credits. Credits created as a part of Spooktober VN Jam 2022. Thanks for playing. Oh, it's so cool. That's so awesome. Because like they said, if Iggy dies, the world resets, right? So maybe there's something at the end of this. Maybe there's like a little bonus scene. I really want to see. Oh? Wait. Iggy's awoken to the sound of Mrs. Dawnish rolling her trash bin down the driveway. No way! Call back to our Wonderland? There must be something stuck in the wheels because with each rotation, the bin lurches upwards and smacks heavily against the pavement. Roll, roll, smack. Wait, this doesn't look like Iggy's room. He sits up in his bed. All of a sudden come over with the urge to look out the window. Then half trips, half stumbles out of the sheets. There, she's there, Mrs. Dawnish, that is. Just as he'd expected she would be. And only a second after he spies her halfway down the driveway, a bottle falls out of the bin. An interesting bottle. Somewhat round and oblong. Of an interesting golden hue that glints in the morning sun. It's almost looks like a potato. He watches her stop, pick it up, then toss it back inside the bin. Then it's back to the interrupted journey. Roll, roll, smack. Iggy watches her movements longer and brows furrowed. But ultimately shakes his head and turns back to his room. Yes, his room. This is his room. The same as it is every morning. Yet somehow it feels like he hasn't seen it in a long, long time. He brings his hands and runs it through his hair. But as he does so, he winces. A strange pin-like pain blossoms out from across his fingers. He looks down at his hands, sees nothing wrong. 5 fingers just like usual. All of them in perfect working order. He curls them in and out. Gives his hand a little shake. He blinks, then finally sighs. This is getting ridiculous. He doesn't have time for this. He has work to do today. Clients with deadlines. So with a little sound of his cheeks, he starts towards the kitchen. Oh, this is a lot fancier than our Wonderland. As he starting up the coffee pot, as though the thought crosses his mind. The fleetest of passing thoughts. Maybe he'll call Genzou later. Yeah, maybe he will. This thought percolating in the back of his mind, he heads towards his desk. He has work to get done. Genzou route. Wait, what? There's more endings? There are multiple endings? No way! Genzou route end. Like the characters want to know more what the hell's going on. Play the main game or Wonderland. You won't regret it. Wait. So there are multiple endings. I think we have a new series on our hand, folks. Alright, but anyways, I think I'm going to leave it for there now, guys. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.